Hello, so here's our new topic for this week. So our new topic is called the reciprocal functions of the trigonometrical functions that you already know. So their official names are secant, cosecant and cotangent. Normally we call them sec, cosec and cot. So to know which is which, you look at the third letter. So sec, the third letter is C. So it's 1 over cos, the reciprocal of cos. Actually, I should have thetas in here, really. Cosec, the third letter is S. So it's the reciprocal of sine. And cot, the third letter is T. So it's the reciprocal of tan. Remembering that tan is sine over cos, and the reciprocal of sine over cos is cos over sine. So for cot, you can use whichever one of these is most appropriate for the question. So that's what they are. There really isn't a great deal to it. Once we've got to that point, we can combine them with the things we already know about sine, cos and tan to answer some different questions. So if I, for example, wanted to solve this, or not solve, work out the value of sec 280 degrees. I know that sec is third letter C, cos, so I know that sec is 1 over cos. So it's 1 over cos 280 degrees. And all you need to do is input that into your calculator. So I need to make sure I'm in degrees. And then 1 over cos 280 is 5.76 to 3 significant figures. Okay, so that's that. If I wanted to work out what cot, I don't know, cot pi over 8 is. So pi over 8 must mean that it's in radians, so I need to change into radians. Cot is 1 over tan, so I know that I'm looking at 1 over tan pi over 8. And you can put that into your calculator. 1 over tan pi over 8. And we get 2.41. And that's really all there is to it, in the first instance anyway. So, try these questions. Okay, if you press pause on work on them, I'll come along and annotate the answers next to them. So this would be 1 over sine 260. This would be 1 over sine 280. This would be 1 over tan 550. This would be 1 over tan 4 pi over 3. This would be 1 over cos 2.4. This would be 1 over sine 11 pi over 10. And this would be 1 over cos 6 radians. Okay. Okay, once we can do that, we can input them into your calculator. The next thing for us to be able to do is to solve equations in terms of sec, cosec and cot. So for example, if we had sec theta equals negative 2.5, we wanted to solve that in degree. Let's say we'll solve that in degrees between 0 and 360. So how could we do that? Well, we know that sec... Is it an emergency?
No.
Okay, so then you need to go.
Just Jack actually got used to me on
That's brilliant, but you need to go. Sorry. Real life maths here. Sorry, so we've got sec theta equals negative 2.5, solve in the range 0 to 360. So we know that sec, the third letter is C, it's 1 over cos theta. And it's equal to negative 2.5. The way we can solve that is to take the reciprocal of both sides. So cos theta equals 1 over negative 2.5. So negative 2/5. And once you've got to that point, you just use your calculator. So we need to be in degrees, which I am. So inverse cos negative 2/5. And our first solution is 113.6. Remember, for cos, we find our second solution by taking the negative value of the first one. And then we find all other solutions for by adding or taking 360. So if I add or take 360 to that, I'm going to be out of the range. I won't be for that one though, so I need to do 360 add negative 113.6, which gives me 246.4. So my actual answers are only the ones in the range. I'm going from 0 to 360, so this one and this one. So those are the two answers for that. If we wanted to solve this, I just used blue, so let's look at this one again. Cot 2 theta equals 0.6. And let's say we wanted to solve that in the range 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is please remember, whenever you've got double the angle or some transformation of what's inside the trigonometry, you also need to change the range. So in the first instance, if theta is between 0 and 2 pi, 2 theta is going to be between 0 and 4 pi. So what, think back to the start of year 12, and we need to make that adjustment to make sure we don't miss any answers out. Right, going back to this side then, we know that cot is 1 over tan. So I'm left with 1 over tan 2 theta equals 0.6. We can take the reciprocal of both sides. So if I reciprocal this side, I get tan 2 theta. Remember, 0.6 is 3/5. So if I reciprocal that, I get 5/3. And then we can inverse tan it. It needs to be in radians. I am in radians, okay. And then I need to inverse tan 5/3, which gives me 2 theta equals 1.03 rads. So remember, for tan, the period is plus or minus 180, or pi in this case. So to find all of the solutions for this, all I need to do is add or minus pi. We're going to be adding pi, so what am I going up to? 4 pi. So add pi, and I'll get 4.17. Add pi, and I'll get 7.31. Add pi, and I'll get 10.46 and 4 pi. If I added pi again, I think I'll be out of the range. Yeah, I'll be out of the range. So those are my solutions there. So if those are my solutions for theta, for 2 theta. To find my solutions for theta, I just need to half them all. So 1.03 divided by 2 is 0.515. 4.17 divided by 2. Can't believe I'm doing this on a calculator really. 2.0 goes 2.09. 7.31 divided by 2. 3.67 and 10.46 divided by 2, 5.23. And they're all in radians. Okay. Oh, actually, I'm not